So today we are going to make blank notes over the area of 4 different kinds of polygons. So let's label our notes polygon area. Let's start with the important tip. We want to always find the right angle. We wouldn't do this with a circle, but with all polygons we're going to do this. Always find right angle, and then we'll use the 2 numbers that touch it. Okay, so let's start with a rectangle. A rectangle we know has 4 right angles, so that's the easiest. We can use any of the 4 right angles. Let's say our rectangle is 3 by 4. Our formula for this is just length times width, or base times height for a rectangle, because a rectangle is a parallelogram. Alright, so it's just 3 times 4, which would give us 12, and it would be square units. Alright, next let's go to a triangle. Well, we can easily make this rectangle up here into a triangle. Let's just start with that again by cutting it from opposite right angles. Okay, so we know that one triangle then would be half of whatever the rectangle was, or whatever the parallelogram was. So the formula is half base times height, or base times height divided by 2. Okay, so this one would be 3 times 4 divided by 2, which is 6. All right, let's do another triangle one. So draw a triangle at an angle like this. Let's make this 7. Let's make this 6. Let's make this 5. Okay, we don't have enough information because we don't have a right angle, so we need a right angle somehow. So if we draw a right angle here, that's going to actually be 4. So the 2 numbers touching this right angle here are 4 and 6. So it's half of 4 times 6, or 4 times 6 divided by 2. And we can do this math in any order. I like to find half of an even number. So 2 times 6 is 12. All right, next let's move on to parallelograms. So a parallelogram is a quadrilateral with opposite sides being parallel to each other. A rectangle is a type of parallelogram. This parallelogram does not have any right angles. So since it doesn't have any right angles, I need to find a right angle. It could be on the inside, down the middle. It could also be drawn on the outside. So the height would not be 4, like the width is over here. It's going to be 3. So to do this, we just do base times height, 3 times 5. We cannot do length times width. The answer to this one would be 15. All right, let's move on now to trapezoid. I know this is the hardest one. I need to make room in my notes. I should have figured this out ahead of time. Sorry for not. Okay, trapezoids have 2 bases because they only have one set of parallel sides. Draw it down here actually. So it has one set of parallel sides, and then the other sides could be at whatever angle. So let's say this is 6, 8, 4, and 3. Okay, so looking at this, we need a right angle. So a right angle splits the parallel sides. Could be on the inside, could be on the outside. And then I need to know how long that height is. Let's say it's 3. It's got to be shorter. Oh, it can't be 3. We have 3 on the outside. Let's say it's 2. All right, so what I need to do for this is I can't do base times height because I have 2 bases. I need to do the average of the bases, and then times the height. There are more complex formulas you can use, but I'm going to find the average of 6 and 8. So 6 plus 8 divided by 2, or halfway between 6 and 8 is 7. So then it's going to be 7 times 2, which is 14 square units. All right, let me give you one that looks a little different here. And again, in your notes, I do want you to draw all of these and have at a minimum what I have in my notes. All right, so if it looks like this, there are no right angles written. It's easy to just put a right angle right there. Okay, so if I have a right angle there, I'm going to find the average of the bases, the average of the two parallel sides, which in this case are 9 and 5. So 9 plus 5 divided by 2, or halfway between it's 7. So that's my base, average of my bases, times my height, which is right here, 7. So 7 times 7 is 49. All right, so that's a review of polygon area.